Here we go. This is going to be the first pair coming out. This is X275. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for $10,000. These guys are getting ready to get it done right here. Bear Brakes. Love you guys. Love you stepping up to support this sport. Eric McMillan driving the Vader machine, number 4 qualifier. 484 with a 154.55 miles an hour. Number 1 qualifier, led the mile an hour in qualifying. The right lane, Jeff Rhodes. Mayhem Motorsports, the 06 Corvette. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to clear the starting line if you're not with a crew. Everybody, if you are not with a crew, clear the starting line. So there you go, Vader 536 gets it right there to Corvette. Looks like he might have leaned on it as hard as he had. He had a whole shot of whole shots on Vader right there, and I think we're going to have to go check that. All right, let's roll. They said the track's good to go. Ziff Hudson, the Zephyr, number 10 qualifier with the Buck Racing Engine Big Block, going to be in the left-hand lane. The VP Race and Fuel sponsored lane. The right lane, Chris Little, the Power Cell Technologies sponsored machine. PTC Converter, Big Stuff 3, Whole Shop Performance Wheels. Number 15 qualifier with a 502. Small block turbocharged machine. Only qualified number 15, but that's a car right there that's got a chance to dominate competition. So the big block nitrous power in the left lane. Concord, North Carolina, H&H Towing for the Zephyr, Chris Little, coming out of Pasadena, Maryland. Kenny, are you guys ready for the next class back there? I will take Outlaw Drag Radio True 10.5 to the back of the lanes to get paired up. Outlaw Drag Radio True 10.5, in the back of the lanes, 4 pairings. Alright, so Little building the boost of the turbocharged machine, waiting on the Zephyr to come in. There they go, they're going to tangle. Little absolutely hammers the tree. 501 to a 491, not going to get it done. He was 0-15 on the tree, just didn't have enough on the big end. As the big block nitrous power, 491, gets it done by the skin of his teeth. Eric Kenward, Vero Beach, Florida, the number 8 qualifier in the wagon over there. Nelson Competition small block with a ProFlow nitrous plate on board. TRZ Motorsports AA Performance suspension up underneath. Qualified number 8 with a 493. Richard Reagan coming out of Rutledge, Tennessee. Qualified number 17 with a 507. Got to remind everybody, please don't park your golf carts or four-wheelers in the staging lanes. Park them up against the fence. Up against the fence all the way under the signs. Keep that area clear for us. Once again, Outlaw Drag Radio True 10.5 needed the back of lanes 5 and 6 to get paired up. Oh, Kenward having problems, and Richard Reagan going to move on. 509, 140 miles an hour. All right, so Mustang Mike makes the call just before we hit the water box. They switch lanes. Rich Bruder, Edison, New Jersey. His brother Nick out there, and Mustang Mike standing right there. The Pro Charge machine qualified number 3 with a 483. Here's the story on the Bruders. The F1X to hold the world record, 465 with an 8. Broke the blower, third round of qualifying. They had the F1R in the trailer, switched the blower. So this car is now packing the F1R, which they happen to hold the world record for the F1R at a 480 flat. Wife Tiffany sitting at home, well wishes to you. She's holding on for the race to get finished, I'm sure. Eric Gold, the number 22 qualifier. The Reggie Barnett sponsored machine out there. PTE 88mm turbocharger on board the small block, qualified with a 565. Number 22, they snuck up on it. Went a 651 the first pass, went a 565 the second, so they were making improvements on a brand new car. New combination, good to see them making progress. Looks like Mike ready to right call on the lane right there. 512, 148, A to B to get the win. 551 makes an improvement for Eric Gold. They're getting faster and faster with that car. So here we go, the MacFab beadlock man himself, Tommy Kirk, the Robin Egg Blue Camaro out there, the supercharged machine. Killing time racing. Steve Jackson put him in the water. Burnout sucked, so he's going to try it again. There you go, that's a little bit better. Number 14 qualifier with a 498. Sean Lyon, the Panhandle Performance machine in the right-hand lane, 85mm turbo on a small block. Qualified number 11 with a 494. The car is for sale, ladies and gentlemen. Turnkey, $65,000. Easy day. You can't build it for that. I bet you'll spend close to 100 trying. How about that for professionalism? The guys in the killing time over there, I had to open a trunk and look at something wasn't right. What does Sean Lyon do? He sits there and waits. Didn't put him on the beams and rush him. How about that? That is a true professional right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, both cars having traction issues. Who's going to get there? 567, 145. Tommy Kirk, as it was a pedal fest. All right, so here you go, Skinny Man. The Speed 365 by McMillan, autobynelson.com machine. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you in the lanes. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you in the lanes. Only got 2 cars to get paired up. Let's go, guys. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you in the lanes, 5 and 6 to get paired up. All right, we're going to run the tractor down here in the left lane as they look like put a little bit of water down out there. So they're going to just make sure. Don't ever want to send a car down a racetrack if we're not sure. So we're going to go down and drag. And then we'll get back to it. It's going to be Skinny Man, the nitrous-powered machine in the left lane. Justin Smith, Pro Charger in the right. All right, they said we're good to go. Let's go, guys. Get them fired up. So here you go, the car they call Skywalker out there, the left lane, 485, 149 miles an hour, qualified number 6. Small block Ford, Steve Johnson Induction Solutions nitrous systems on board. 3 big old kits. Listen to Skinny Man, he'll make this thing sing. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you to the back of the lanes for pairings. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, to the back of the lanes for pairings in 5 and 6. So Justin Smith, the brand new car with the Pro Charger on board. Oh, Skinny Man spins the tires. Justin Smith gonna get there with a 528, 143. He had him on the tree. Ellington was late, and then they spun the tires, and the car wiggled on him, and Justin drove right down there. So Justin won this race a year ago. He's still got a chance to double up. Dale Handy, the Handy Racing Engine machine, the small block Ford nitrous powered, a little red Mustang in the right lane, qualified number 23 with a 566. It's not made a clean pass all weekend. If you get a hold of one, that car got very, very high force second capability. However, the left lane, Barry Mitchell, the Racecraft Incorporated built machine, 434, small block Fulton power with applied nitrous technology on board. Number 2 qualified with a 482. Car went 460s in testing, but a 71 in competition. That car right there's got a chance to be the fastest small block nitrous car on the planet if he gets a hold of one. He makes the power. Racecraft built the car, beautiful piece. See if Handy can pull the upset or not. Barry Mitchell's going A to B in a hurry. How about a 484 with an on 150 mile an hour? Low ET of the round so far. He made it look easy. Handy 656 struggling to get it rolling. And here you go, the birthday boy, Bobby Flippin, the dumb redneck plumber out of Gloucester, Virginia. 434 LSX nitrous power in the left-hand lane, qualified number 16 with a 503. That's the car that Justin won this race a year ago with. See if the car can get back to the winner's circle. Al Effin Marlowe coming out of Clements, Maryland, a 91 Chevy Camaro. 582 cubic inch big block Chevy, got the BMF heads. ATI performance transmissions on board. 1 stage of nitrous, and it is a biggin. Qualified number 9 with a 493. These two know each other very well. They race all the time up and down the East Coast. So it's a shame they had to meet first round here at the Civil Wars, but at the end of the day, it's all good. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 needed 5 and 6 for pairings. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 needed in the back of the lanes to get paired up. pick up the win. They were pretty much even on the tree. The 60 foot they were even, but they should not have been.
You're stuck to his front tire.
Troy Perez, the number 5 qualifier. The 88 Camaro out of Dover, Florida. Perez of the Jungle. Justin Bieber Perez driving the machine. Qualified number 5 with a 484 with a 5. Montgomery Ragland. 281 cubic inch mod motor with a turbocharger. 88 millimeter. PTE on board. Qualified number 20 with a 535. Kenny, please check in with the tower by radio. Kenny, please check in by radio.
No, it's just that one.
Ragland kicks the tires at 65th. Beaver Perez to go 497. 147 to move on, one more round. 553 for Ragland in the loss. How about Justin Bieber goes 052 on the tree to a 146. Absolutely crushed him on the starting line. Here comes King Jack, Jack Collins, the Bubba Harris contractor, the Mustang in the left lane. Big block nitrous power, Sean Ash, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Taking on Jack Collins, who came from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. The advertiser, ATF transmission, got the Pro Charger gear drive on the front of the car. ATF helped build pretty much the whole machine, they said. You can stop over and see him in the pits. Qualified number 13 with a 496 with a 9, 496 with a 1 for King Jack. So this should be a very close matchup. A 501 margin of victory, 0-0-35. That is a 35 ten-thousandths of a second margin of victory for Sean Ash. You guys got to tighten that thing up. That was way too close.
Wow.
All right, so Lyle Barnett having trouble trying to get her fired up, and got to give it to the man, number one qualifier, Dean Marina, sitting next to him, gave him all the time in the world. So here you go, the number one qualifier, Dean Marinas, the Ron Rhodes Custom Auto and Performance Built Machine up in Delaware, Whitestone, New York, where Dean hails from, 2000 Mustang, the Bischoff engine, 572 cubic inch big block Chevrolet with the nitrous power, NOS system. Number one qualifier, 481 with a 153 miles an hour. All right, Dean's entry coming down. And he's going to make a solid hit on that one. 056 on a tree, 482 with a 953 miles an hour. So I know that Lyle's upset, but it would have taken a shot of all shots to get around a 482 right there. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio.
Loaded up the left. Don Burke's gone. Burke's gone. Yeah, Burke's gone and Mullins. I'm gonna make the call. I know. I'm letting him know so he's not thinking that's who we're waiting on. Okay. Dave, let's see, get back to your seat.
All right, so Tim Meager not going to make the call. So Nick Yarber, number 7 qualifier, 491. He's just going to go 609 on the tree, 10-12 to the 8th mile. Drive down here and going to round 2. Real Street, suit up. Real Street, suit up. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio versus True 10-5. Final call. Outlaw X, 7 and 8. Outlaw X is your first call to lane 7 and 8. So here we go with Rear Street. Dean Gooden, number 7 qualifier, 560 to left lane in the Trans Am, right lane. Rodney Norman, the 2nd. The Mustang qualified number 10 with a 574. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to 5 and 6. Final call, Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to 5 and 6. First call for Outlaw X. First call, Outlaw X, 7 and 8. So there you go. Whole shot. The left-hand lane makes it stick. 562 to a 559. Took him out with the whole shot. 1993 Mustang, 5.4 liter mod motor, turbocharged machine and a Fox body to left lane. Paul Falcon, the LS1 Excitement machine, PMR suspension components on it. 420 cubic inches in the Formula TA. If you're not in the lanes, I only got about 7 more pair. Better hurry up. Falcon and Young doing battle right there. The stripe, it's going to be Shannon Young, 577. Upset win right there as number 11 takes out number 6. Ted Timmerman, qualified number 12 with a 582 in the left lane. Brad Shear, the 10-time NMCA Street Radio Champion, qualified number 5 with a 550. Oh, he had the pedal, but he still got a chance. He's going to get there with a 601. Matthew Lawrence, the number 2 qualifier with a 541. His opponent not going to make the call here. Competition single. Good thing. Got it out there and hazed the tires. Should have pumped the gas. 604, 126. Jonathan Atkins, Mooresville, North Carolina, the LSX machine. Qualified number 4 with a 548. His opponent not going to make the call. Competition single. There you go. Picks up the front end. Power coming in. That's a straight run right there. 544, 133. That is a strong run in first round. That might be low ET of the round right there. John Phillips, the 1990 Mustang, he was the number 1 qualifier. 539 with a 9 and 129. Number 16 not going to make the call. So John Phillips going to get a competition single here. Oh, he got one there. Chirped him at the hit, pedaled it, chirped him again. 641. Prep. Alright, for the Outlaw Drag Reel guys, they're going to prep right after this red Mustang right here. So you got 1 pair and a single, and then they're going to prep, and the Outlaw Drag Reel cars are coming up. There you go, Lisa Handy, wheels up from the start. Gonna get there first with a 572 on 22 miles an hour. And final car right here, Terry Shaw, number 14, Outlaw Terry Shaw is what they call it. 05 with a 593, strolling, rolling, not going to make the call. Searcy, the Mustang. Rolling in the right lane, and Josh Gross, the Chevrolet Camaro, going to roll into the left. The big 632 nitrous power. All right, so the number 8 qualified with a 479 for Josh Gross. Struggled most of the day on Friday in testing. Didn't have a good chance to get a qualifying pass on Friday yesterday. 497, 479, so they've been sneaking up on the faster and faster ET. Young lady in the pink shirt said she figured out what she was doing wrong. She got her tuned up. Derek Searcy, 422 small block with a big turbo. Qualified number 9 to 480. All right, so the Camaro moves in. Mustang will stand on the gas, start building the boost. Look at that thing, wheel stand, digging for the center line, drive through it. 483 with a 553 miles an hour. He was on the tree, drove through the wheel stand, beautiful. Got the front end down, turned it back to the right, and made it to the finish line first. Jerry Gunter, the 1969 Camaro, the Pro Charged Big Lot 622, qualified number 10 with a 490. Buck Walker, qualified number 7 with a 477. The Big Block Twin Turbo machine, one of the Dan Newman race cars built.
Just guessing, we're going to have to remember one of them after this one anyway. Kevin's diesel.
All right, so there you go, Buck Walker, Bloomdale, Georgia, Ackworth, Georgia for Jerry Gunter. Twin turbos in the left lane, Pro Charger, the F3 in the right. Right there, 470-167. Buck Walker uncorks one. Gunter goes a 493. Just doesn't have enough for the precision turbos. Kenny, you guys ready for the last class? I need street race. 275, King of the Streets to 1 and 2 for pairings. SR 275, you need to the back of lanes, 4 pairings. Brian McGee out of Pelion, South Carolina, the 762 cubic inch Fulton in the Mustang, the big nitrous power. Oh, he's got problems out there at about 280 feet. Kevin Fiskus, the Fiskus Klugler Racing entry, qualified number 6 with a 472. Struggled in qualifying. He did run a 441 in testing on Friday. Holds a world record, 4:32 with a 3. The Pro Line, 6:32. Big block 4, twin 94mm precision turbos. The Pro Light battery sponsors on board. Whole shot wheels and VP race fuel. Brand new whole shot wheels. They changed the wheels this year. He's always been running the whole shots, but they did put a new set on them. You can stop over to see the whole shot booth. Is it Pillion? Not Pelion?
It's from there.
All right. It's Pillion, South Carolina. So if you're interested in the Fiscus whole shot wheels, go see them. They got a set on display in the booth. You can get you the same wheels. Brian, and it'll go faster if you put the door on. All right, so obviously something not working there for Brian. They have to push the car back. So Kevin Fisk is going to get a competition single here, as Brian having problems pushing the car off the track. Oh, Brian might have had one on that as it shakes and shimmies at 100 feet, 5 flat at 170 miles an hour. Oh, Brian not going to like that. So Ruben T, Pro Light lithium battery sponsor machine, 632, the big block twin 91mm precision turbos on board. Qualified number 3 with a 455. Jason Black, Gastonia, North Carolina, number 14 qualified with a 509. So Ruben coming all the way from Florida to race with us here this weekend. Jason Black, just down the street, or is it up the street, or across the street? It's pretty close. SR 275 to the back of the lanes 1 and 2 to get paired up. SR 275 to the back of the lanes 1 and 2 to get paired up. Now remember, guys, we changed the ladder twice this morning. So if you have an old copy and they get back to the lanes, don't fuss at Kenny. He's got the correct one. Kenny will give you a what for anyway.
Boy, it was on a tree like money.
All right, Jason goes in. Here comes Ruben. Oh, red light start for Ruben. And he spins the tires. Hold that Jason Black. 470, 160 miles an hour. I hope that felt good in the heat. Rich Alford not going to make the call. Paul Major going to get a competition single right here. The number 5 qualifier, 471, 137. That tells you what happened. He got out there about 400 feet in the car, spun the tires, and he was out of the gas and coasted to a 471. J&E Power Big Block Chevy. Precision turbo, 94mm mounted in the trunk. Pro Torque converter. DMC Racing built Corvette. Fort Salonga, New York.
Cars are all laying light. What's the scale say when there's nothing on them?
All right, so Robbie and Steve, you're going to get Paul all set up. The burnout is done. They found the sticky spot of the racetrack. Let's see if Paul Major can put a number on the board. immediately goes up into tire smoke. This was supposed to have been the Zumi header showdown. Don Burton not going to make the call. Steve Jackson going to get the competition single. He was the #1 qualifier, 4:41 with a 3, and he also ran a 4:41 with a 9. So he didn't get here till about midnight on Friday, worked on the car till 2 in the morning. First round of qualifying on Saturday, he goes 4:41 with a 9. Second round, 4:41 with a 3. Somebody got to teach that boy how to lift. 662 at 110. Now watch this. 2 radio cars spin the tires. Zabo going to come up here to show him how it gets done right there. Keith Zabo, Gainesville, Georgia. Southern Truck Parts sponsor machine. 600 cubic inch John Kazi. Big block twin turbos. The limited street killer. Steve said he's been to 16 final round appearances here at the Rock, including last year at the fall race. The Kevin Mullins not going to make the call. So Keith going to get a competition single. There goes the smart car chasing the other smart car. What did I say? He's going to show him how to get down this racetrack. Look at that thing on a pass. 500, 169 miles an hour. So here we go, David Braxton, the #8 qualifier with a 5:36. Braxton Performance Mustang out there in the left lane. Angelo Valla, Dix Hills, New York. Ace Crankshaft sponsor machine, the big block 605. Couple stages of NOS on board. #5 qualifier with a 5:19. Outlaw X, being brought to you by Racecraft Inc., MacFab Performance Beadlocks, BTC Converters, and DPC Construction. And pick up the win. 2 tenths on the tree, baby. So there you go, Mustang Mike. David Pearson behind the wheel. Mike says, hit it. And he waves him off. All right, let out the gas. Just a little bit of heat in the tires. You talk to Carl Robinson and Mickey Thompson. He says you get him going and then you let off the gas and you hear that. He said you're good to go. You don't need that big smoky burnout halfway down the racetrack. Don't need no dry hops. A little bit of heat, listen for the chirp, then you're good. So the number one qualifier went 479 with a 1 at 156 miles an hour. A David Pearson Construction sponsored machine, PTC converter on board, Pro Charger F3 on the 440 cubic inch small block. With a 156.95, slows down a bit in the heat but picks up the mile an hour. Everybody paying attention right there as Pearson goes straight at her in a hurry. Nick Yarber, the right lane, number 6 qualifier with a 5:20. Jason Tyson, number 7 with a 5:25. Chucky. What's up, Chuck? He's pretending he don't hear me. John Sears, will you stop talking to the man so he can wave at the fans? Oh, look at that. Yarber falls asleep. Something going on right there. 5:33, 1:39 for Jason Tyson. All right, got a debris or something flew off the car in the left lane, so we're going to give it just a minute rundown here. Nick, you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Terry Elam, the Cobra. The left lane, got the 98mm precision turbo on board. Number 3 qualifier with a 481, the Super Street Outlaw machine coming out of the Panhandle Performance Shop. Rich Bruder. Mustang Mike got the Pro Charge F1R on there screaming this weekend after they had some issues with the X, had to switch blowers. How about this? You got a burn down in the water box. Rich said, out of hell with it, I'm going. Number 10 qualifier with only a 562, but he did run a nice 480-ish earlier today. So the car's got plenty of capability to get a good number on the board. I've seen plenty of burn downs on the tree. I don't think I've ever seen one in the water box. There we go. First a burn down in the water box, now on the starting line. Who's going to flinch first? Terry does. Rich coming in. Oh, and did Rich get a hold of it? Right? 055 on the tree and broke one off. In Terry Elam, 509, 146. absolutely drilled him on the tree. That ought to make his wife happy. Don't jump around too hard, Tiffany. Yes, sir. Marty Stinnett, number 5 qualifier to number 2 with a 481 right there. Twin turbos on the small block. Competition is not going to make the call, so a competition single here. Final call, SR 275. You're going to roll out after one more pairing. So SR 275, King of the Streets, get ready to roll. There you go, Marty on a ride right there. 482, 159. Kevin Scott, this absolutely beautiful 65 Chevy. 427 small block Pro Line in it. Twin 72 millimeter turbos. PTEs on board. The Racecraft Inc. suspension. Out of Dallas, Georgia. Qualified number 4 with a 487. Everybody chasing Pearson's 481 for first round. Currently 479. The low ET. That'll get you an extra $250. There's the power coming in. And here we go with our final heads-up class. This is Street Race 275, King of the Streets. Trent George was your number 1 qualifier with a 503. Scott Turner, number 5 qualifier with a 520, going to roll into the left-hand lane. Michael Dingman, the hatchback Mustang in the right lane, qualified 16 with a 562. Oh, there you go. Both cars moving around a bit on the start line. 525, 140, going to get the win. Jason Hill, the 89 Mustang. Qualified number 19 with a 591. The car's for sale. Eric Kenward coming out of Vero Beach, Florida. Number 2 qualifier with a 506. The Nelson Competition engine. Small block nitrous power. Little nitrous Pro Flow nitrous plate on it. TRZ Motorsports and AA Performance. Suspension components on board. Heads up composites. You can stop down and see Eric in the pits and check out some of the front end hood area composites that he makes. Jason gets a hit on a tree, but Kenworth got the horsepower to go A to B. 505, 145. Eric McMillan, one of the nicest guys in drag racing, driving number 3 qualified car with a 509 with a 1. Speed 365 by McMillan. Holcomb Motorsports, Induction Solutions, and JRI Shocks. Let me tell you what, folks, some of the best shocks you will find are JRI Shocks. Stop down and talk to Eric all about them. Justin Swanstorm, Little Country, Zephyr Hills, Florida, 16 years old, 545 cubic inch, naturally aspirated big block, qualified number 18 with a 579. And there you go, Little Country hammered him on a tree, and some went away, having a 522, 137. Eric McMillan left the door open. Little Country put his foot in it, and then he fell on his face. Qualified number 14 with a 555, Scott Vestal, Bristol, Tennessee. Qualified number 7 with a 526. What?
It's AG.
AG.
You said Angie, and I thought maybe she had spelled it wrong.
Did I say Angie? Robert AG.
Yeah, like I said, I just figured she didn't type it in.
Oh yeah. 505. Pick it up. I need foot brake to lanes 5 and 6. Foot brake to lanes 5 and 6 for our index and our bracket guys. We're going to scrape the track here after we finish up this heads-up class. But there's no hurry. But foot brake, you can come to 5 and 6 at your leisure. Scott Vesta goes in and double bulb, but it don't matter. Look at him going. Oh, Teal Mustang getting downtown in a hurry. 528, 137. As he moves on. Jason Loing, the 91 Mustang, the Hoyle Auto Sales sponsored machine, small block, 344. Qualified number 8 with a 527, Chris Lancaster. Beautiful 1966 Mustang. Qualified 13 with a 547. What are they waiting on? Just waiting to get hot, I guess. Look at that. Wheels up for the 66. Pulling hard. Is he going to be able to get there? He does. 522. 138 miles an hour. Picked up a bunch. He got killed on a tree, but he made it up on the big end as Jason couldn't run the number. So Chris moving on. Scott Owenby, the right-hand lane, number 4 qualifier. The big 632 under the hood. Went 512. Good enough for number 4 qualifying. Josh Nesbitt, 566, qualified number 17. If you guys need fuel, the VP Fuel gas pumps are open here at the track. Make sure you get some VP fuel for your ride. Pick up a little bit to take home. Oh, there you go. Wouldn't be moving around. Still going to get it done. 527, 141.
Competition singles, little man. Double click 'em.
All right, Donald Locklear not going to make the call. Troy Perez, qualified number 10 with only a 529.
Going to try and hit it and see how the track takes it.
So there you go, Perez. 608.
Same thing here, little man. Double click. Next will be MS Brady. Now you're going to get in. Contact the right. We can also break it.
Yes.
Yep. It'll be a little while.
We're going to scrape the track.
It'll be a little.
Bill Codier. Construction Diamond K Incorporated. Lincolnton Construction. Sponsor machine, 440. Small block in it. Qualified number 12 with a 546. Competition not going to make the call here, so going to get a little competition single action. Put a tune up in that thing going after it, moved around a little bit, but stay with it, having a 525, 136 miles an hour. Jason Smith here, competition single. Number 6 qualifier, 522. Small block with the NOS on it. And that didn't work. And how about your number 1 qualifier, Trenton George, 2002 Camaro. 503, 141 in qualifying. All right, going to remind foot brake. They're going to scrape the track, so go ahead and shut them off. Open the hoods, get out the car, hang out, go grab a hot dog.
Sure.
All right, so here we go. The former Keith Matheson drag radio car still got the 18.5-inch hood on the thing. Changed the motor. Used to have a big old 700 plus cubic inch nitrous motor when Keith ran it in drag radial. Trent and George and them bought the car off of him, put a new motor in it. Come run this class right here. So I got to get a new hood for it. A little bit easier to see over. Dad's saying you can't see. It's a little bit over there. There you go, number one qualifier, going after it on that hit right there. And the pedal it just a bit, still goes 5:04, 141 right there. So that's low ET of the round. And he pedaled it. Oh boy, this ought to go good. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Steve, because they got a little something going on here, and I'll be back shortly. 88mm PTE turbo in the left lane. The right lane, Al F. and Marlowe, coming out of Clements, Maryland. The big block nitrous-powered Chevy Camaro, qualified number 9, with a 493. And Vader on a straight pass right there, goes 496, 150 as Marlowe had to pat the gas. And then started to get out of the groove, so he rolled out of the gas way early. Damn it. Troy Perez, Dover, Florida, the big block nitrous power in the Camaro. Richard Reagan in the right lane, qualified with a 5:07, good for number 17. Perez, 484, good for number 5.
Together?
So there are a whole shot for Perez. 497, 150, or 146. Gets the win light right there. 044 on the tree. That kid is on the money right now. Tommy Kirk, 1972 Camaro supercharged machine, MacFab beadlocks killing time racing machine. Beautiful car. Right lane, left lane, Barry Mitchell, 89 Mustang, 434 SBX, applied nitrous technologies systems on board. Qualified number 2 with a 482, Kirk 498, good for 14th. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to 5 and 6 for pairings. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to 5 and 6 for pairings. Outlaw Drag Radio. Lanes 5 and 6 to get paired up at this time. Guys, you're going to have to hustle. We're almost at the end of X, and there's only 4 pair in Real Street. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to 5 and 6, 4 pairings. Kirk had to pat the gas. Mitchell on a pass right there, 493, 149 miles an hour. right, Dean Marinas here, the 2000 Mustang, the Rhodes Custom Auto built machine. 572 Bischoff big block nitrous power. Number 1 qualifier 481 Sean Ash. The ATF performance sponsored machine, Pro Charger with the gear drive on the small block Ford. Sean, one of the employees at Media One LLC. Check him out at MediaOneLLC.com. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to the lanes. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5 to the lanes. Sean got a hold of him, out on him. 485 with an eye, takes out a 490 at 145. 118.60 foot right there. So Dean had him on the tree, but Sean caught him and was by him by the 60. He was by him at the 330, but then the big block got him at the stripe. Ziff Hudson, the Zephyr, the big block. Buck Racing engine, nitrous power, number 10 qualifier with a 494. The right lane, Rich Bruder out of Edison, New Jersey. Small block Ford with the Pro Charger F1R. Qualified number 3 with a 483. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you in the lanes 5 and 6 for pairings. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, need you to the lanes for pairings. Not going to hold on. 496, 148 to a 502 at 152 miles an hour. Just didn't have enough down low for the twins right there. Ziff Hudson takes out Rich Bruder. Justin Smith, winner from a year ago. It's a competition single here. Is Nick not going to make the call? Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, final call. .520, 141. Jonathan Atkins, qualified number 4 with a 548 in the right lane. Brad Shear, number 5 with a 550. Look at that, wheels up, start to right-hand lane, left lane, making some steam down there. All right lane on the brakes. Wow, he was out on him big time and then was on the brakes before the stripe. 584 for Shear, going to get the win. John Sears. John Sears. John Sears. Reagan. Ron Reagan. 60 foot. All right, John Phillips, number 1 qualifier with a 5:39 in the right-hand lane. Lisa Handy with a 5:67. Whole shot big time for John. Gonna stick it with a 5:45. Shannon Young, 5'4" with a mod motor in the left lane. Terry Shaw, 351 in the right. 580 good for number 11 for Shannon in the VP Racing Fuel lane. The Goodyear Tires lane, 593 good for number 14. Oh, big time red light start. To Shannon Young. All right, so got to congratulate Ronald Reagan for the 60-foot award in X275. ATF Transmissions put that up. Again, stop down there and see them. Check out their new supercharged gear drive for the Pro Charger on display. Outlaw Drag Radial, suit up. Outlaw Drag Radial, suit up. All right, Matthew Lawrence gets the competition single here as the competitor doesn't make the call. 5:53. Outlaw X needs you to lanes for pairings. Outlaw X needs you in the lanes to get paired up. Outlaw Drag Radio versus True 10-5, suit up. Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, suit up. There you go, Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5, Steve Jackson, the number 1 qualifier. 441 with a 9 and 441 with a 3, and then he tried to melt the starting line on the last pass. Derek Searcy, 92 Mustang, 422 small block with a big turbo, qualified with a 480, good for number 9. Killing time, holds a track record here, 441 with a 3. Second quickest pass in the world, 432 with a 4 on his resume as well. All right, so here we go. Jackson goes in, waiting on Searcy. Just gets in. Jackson on a 10 right there, having a 4.407 on the back end, 180. New track record for Steven Jackson right there, 440 with a 7. 496 and a loss for Searcy. But that was all Jackson on that run. Whole shot and drove away. Only getting faster, baby. Now here you go, Buck Walker, the number 7 qualified with a 477, the big block twin turbo machine of the Dan Newman race cars. Tony Reinauer, the West Coast Muscle Cars machine. F2 twin pro chargers on board. Qualified number 2 with a 452. Donald Long down there helping him get this thing rolling. What do you think, Robbie? Robbie, what do you think? There you go, right now. Hang on. Pull the chutes. Look at that. Make some noise for Buck Walker. He just got frequent flyer miles on that right there. Right now went 455, 172 and was pulling away. Boy, I tell you, that thing was up in the air. That was completely off the ground. And it just hung up there, and thank God it came back down on all 4 wheels. So, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we're going to be down for just a minute while we help Buck get off the racetrack and make sure everything's good. So, wow is all you could say. I can't wait to see the video of that. Mark Walter, I'm sure he's already cutting and pasting and trying to get it done on the live feed, so that'll probably be up there in a minute. And hopefully there's a bunch of people. Gary, did you get that on video? He says, hell yeah. And the cut got it too. Woo! Noise, the driver's out of the car. Buck is A-OK down there. So make some noise for Buck Walker. All right, so once again, Buck's out of the car. He's okay. Major props to Dan Newman, Newman Race Cars. That thing went for a wild ride, and Buck was able to get out of it on the top end. They looked under to make sure it wasn't leaking or nothing. They're going to go ahead and tow it off the racetrack. But that thing, folks, was about 87 degrees of angle, 4 feet off the ground. One heck of a ride right there for Buck. Real Street needing back in the lanes. Hurry up. All right. So here you go, Paul Major, the DMC Racing built Corvette, J&E Power, Precision Twin Turbos, VP Racing Fuels, Pro Torque Torque Converter sponsorship on board, qualified number 5 with a 471. Keith Zabo, the John Cosley Big Block Twin Turbo Limited Street Machine, qualified number 4 with a 463. Outlaw X, suit up. Outlaw X, suit up. Real Street, 275, King of the Streets, need you in the lanes. Major on the two-step goes in. Waiting on Zabo Tree coming down. Major kicks the tire. Zabo going to the center line. Just pulls it back. Runs a 480 to 129 mile an hour. Kevin Fiskus, the Proline powered machine. In the left-hand lane, number 6 qualified with a 472. Jason Black, number 14 with a 509, the Big Block nitrous power. In the right lane, Fiskus, 632 Big Block 4 twin turbos. Got the Proline power, the PTE turbos, the whole shot performance wheels. You can go see them on the manufacturer Midway. Oh, Jason Black out on him. Fisk is way out of shape, and Black looks like has a big pop at the top end. He goes 465 to get the win. action. Racecraft Incorporated MacFab Beadlock Performance. PTC Converters, DPC Construction, Salvato Designs, and X275 Motorsports. All sponsor in this class. Jason Tyson, number 7 qualifier with a 525. David Pearson, number 1 qualifier with a 479 with a 1481 first round. So Pearson already picked up $250 for being the number 1 qualifier. And currently that number is still good for the money for the low ET. And Pearson on a ride right there. Look at that pass. 481 with a 6-157 little bracket machine. They're going to open comp that thing with a 481 dial-in. Angelo Valla, the Ace Crankshaft sponsor machine, the big block nitrous power in the 1972 Corvette. Oh, so the Corvette, a big hole shot, but he's going to be able to hang on and pull out the upset. No, 482, 159, 534 for Angelo. He had him on the tree, and he had him at 60 foot, and then it was all over but the turboed. Kevin Scott, Proline small block twin turbo machine. In the left-hand lane. Rich Bruder in the right lane. Qualified number 10 with a 563. Kevin, qualified number 4 with a 487. Final call for SR 275, King of the Street. Final call. SR 275, King of the Streets. It's a pedal fest. Who's going to get on top of it first? Oh, 64 to a 50 right there. Bruder had the whole shot. Then in a pedal fest race, he got there to the 60 foot, but the twin turbos caught up and just got by him. And here we go with an SR 275, sponsored by AutosByNelson.com. Scott Owenby in the right lane, qualified number 4 with a 512. Scott Vestal, number 7, with a 526. Oh, so the jump goes to Vestal. Is he going to be able to pull off the upset? No, 5:13, 5:17 for Vestal. Margin of victory was 62 ten-thousandths of a second. About the width of your finger.
That joke never gets up. What do you need? She was like, can you wait?
Eric Kenward out of Vero Beach, Florida. The Nelson Racing engine and the TRZ Motorsports AA Performance Machine Heads Up Composites. If you need a new front end to your Mustang or Malibu, or Eric has those available for sale on display over there. Bill Codier, Mustang qualified number 12 at a 5:46.
You got foot brake coming?
I do not. Do you want them?
Yeah, I do.
6 and 7?
Aren't we doing 7 and 8 with them?
What do you want?
No, actually, we have 5 and 6.
I need foot brake to 5 and 6, please. Foot brake to 5 and 6. I need foot brake to 5 and 6.
My car is 75-65. Foot brake.
Red light 007 for Kenward. Oh, man. And he goes 5:06 at 144 mile an hour.
Wow.
Foot brake, foot brake, foot brake. 5 and 6. Foot brake to 5 and 6. Foot brake, need you to 5 and 6. Jason Lonning, number 8 qualifier in the left lane. Eric McMillan in the right lane. Holcomb Motorsports Induction Solution. JRI Shocks on board for Eric. Oil Auto Sales. Mickey Thompson Tires for the left lane. Number 8 qualifier with a 5:27 was Jason. Eric was a 5:09, good for number 3. Oh, look at a huge roll shot for Jason. And he's going to get it. He's going to knock Eric out. Jason Lonnie goes 5:31, takes out a 5:19. It was 1/1500 better on the tree. Just rolled Eric on that.
Now, this is Troy Perez's race to look at.
Can't see a number on either car. What's my left lane number? Maybe left lane.
So Trenton George, the number 1 qualifier, went 5:03 right lane. The Jungle, Troy Perez, Bieber Perez, the driver. Young man driving the car here.
You announced foot brake 75-65 has the body.
Foot brake 75-65 has the by run. Foot brake 75-65, you have the by run. 75-65 and foot brake is the by run. I need foot brake to 5 and 6, foot brake to 5 and 6. How about a 498 takes out a 502? Very close. Troy had him on the tree. Then he had to roll out the throttle, pedal it just a wee bit, and it got him. Scott Turner, number 5, qualified with a 5:20 in the left-hand lane. Jason Smith, the right lane, with 5:22. Look at that, almost identical, 1,000ths apart on the tree. Should be side by side. How about a 29 to a 31? The win light goes to Scott Turner. Whole shot for the Zephyr. Oh, there it goes to the center line. Has to cut it back. He gets it with a 487 at 150 miles an hour. Moving on. Justin Smith, the Pro Charged Machine, at 98 Camaro in the right-hand lane, left lane, Dean Marinas, 2000 Mustang. Ron Rhodes, Rhodes Custom Auto Built Machine, coming out of Whitestone, New York, the Bischoff engine, 572 big block Chevrolet nitrous power. Class record 481 with a 1 right here at The Rock.
Yes.
No, last 4.
Last one. Okay.
I'll explain.
Cool.
Whole shot for Justin Smith. Is it going to be enough to hang on? He is not. How about a 483 with a 3153, 504, 143 for Justin. The whole shot was good enough to get him to the 60-foot marker first, and then it was all over. All right, here you go. Barry Mitchell, the Racecraft Machine, the 434 SPX nitrous power, applied nitrous technology. Number 2 qualifier with 482 out there to left-hand lane, the VP Racing Fuels lane. The right lane, the Goodyear lane, Troy Pires. Dover, Florida, the big block Chevrolet nitrous power. Induction Solutions, nitrous on board. Number 5 qualifier with a 484. Should be a very close race. Huge hole shot for Perez. How about a 489 to a 496? Just doesn't run the number. He had him 060 to a 111. That close. Troy, your son did a great job driving all weekend long. You should be proud of that young man. Outlaw Drag Radial, suit up. Drag Radial, suit up. Outlaw X, need you to lanes. Outlaw X, need you to the lanes. Street Race, 275, King of the Streets. Need you to start making your way to the staging lanes. 4 pairings. SR, 275, the lanes 1 and 2 for pairings. And Outlaw X, lanes 4 pairings. Shannon Young, number 11 qualifier, in the left-hand lane. Matthew Lawrence was number 2. In the right lane, 4/10 advantage in qualifying to the right lane. How about a red light start? Knew he had to get him on the tree. Got him pretty good. Left way before the tree. John Phillips, the number 1 qualifier in the left-hand lane. Brad Shear was the number 5 qualifier. There you go, whole shot to the number 1 qualifier. Not that he needed it, but he's going to get there with a 5:45 to a 5:59. Drag radio, suit up. Outlaw X need you in the lanes. Outlaw X need you in the lanes. Street race 275. Need you in the lanes. Street race 275. Need you in the lanes. All right, so this is your Outlaw Drag Radio semifinal. Outlaw X is 1, 2. I'm missing Marty Stinnett in Outlaw X. SR 275, King of the Street, need you in the lanes, 4 pairings. Jason Black, number 14 qualifier in the left lane. Tony Ridenauer, the number 2 qualifier, 4:52. The twin F2 Pro Charger strapped on the front of the Fast Forward Racing Engines, the big block Chevrolet in the right-hand lane. Donald Long, the mayor of Drag Radio, supervising the showdown. Left lane, Jason Black, the big block. Nitrous Power. With a 2:172. That is a bracket machine today. 455, 455, 455. Here we go. This ought to be a good one. Keith Szabo, according to Steve, 16 time in the finals here. Races at Rock. Steve Jackson, Killing Time Racing. SteveJacksonRacing.com if you want to find out more information. All right, so they're just checking the racetrack on the top end there real quick. I think Jason put a little bit of water down outside the groove, but we still can't have a little bit. So Jackson elects to make another burnout. Szabo, I guess he's happy with the heat in the tires. Dad and him been doing this for a long time. They know what they're doing. Jackson hates the tires. Szabo moving around. Jackson moving around. How about a 492, 160? Steve Jackson, 512, 173. It was 030 to 111 on the tree. Zabo hung one on him and pulled away. And Mr. Zabo, congratulations, keeps in the finals. He didn't even have to buy back today. I need foot brake to 5 and 6. I need foot brake to 5 and 6. Foot brake to 5 and 6, please. So here we go, Outlaw X is being brought to you by Racecraft, MacFat Performance Beadlocks, PTC Converters, DCP Construction, Kevin Scott, the Pro Line, Small Block, Twin Turbo Machining at 65 Nova in the right lane, David Pearson, the Supercharged Mustang in the left lane. He was the #1 qualifier. Oh, and Scott lights the tires. Pearson tearing down the racetrack, 484, 152 miles an hour. So Pearson gets the win, goes to the finals. Marty Stinnett, #2 qualifier, 481 with a 2, gets the bye run here into the finals. So this is going to be 1 versus 2 in Outlaw X. I need foot brake, 5 and 6, foot brake to 5 and 6. Street Race 275, suit up. And Stinnett does not sound like he's going down the track for fun. He is trying to get a number. Look at that thing. He is on a tear right there. Is he going to get in there? How about a 476? 161 miles an hour. So as it stands, the fastest pass of the weekend in Outlaw X, going to pick up $250 if it's got to be David Pearson's the only guy left with a chance to get under that number in the finals. So Mike, get them ivories going, tickle, tickle, put a tune-up in. Scott Owenby, the left lane, was the #4 qualifier with a 512. Jason Lying, #8 qualifier with a 527. Car number 8445 has the bye run in foot brake. 8445 in foot brake. 8445 in foot brake has the bye run. Scott Owenby goes in, Jason Lying goes in. Jason in first. Scott right on him. Tree. Hole shot big time for Jason. Scott's moving around. Win light. 5:08, 142 for Owenby. Had to pull a rabbit out of his hat as he got Tree.
Yep. And Ronald.
I need Ronald Reagan to the tower, please. Ronald Reagan to the tower. Tear down this wall, Mr. Sears. Bill Codier, Diamond K Construction sponsor machine in the left lane. Scott Turner in the right. There is a massive hole shot with a 147 light. I didn't think I'd say that very often. 513, 137. It was 147 to a 398 on the tree. Oof. Trenton George, number one qualifier, just going to drive down the track. So that's going to do it for Heads Up. Going to turn it over to Steve as we got some foot brake action coming up. And I'll turn it over to you. Nitrous power to left lane, small block turbocharged power in the right of Eric McMillan. One of the darn nicest dudes you've ever done met in drag racing. Small block forward with the PTE 88mm turbocharger. Qualified number 4 with a 481. Barry Mitchell qualified number 2 with a 482. The Racecraft Incorporated built machine SBX small block nitrous power in a left-hand lane. Got the Applied Nitrous Technologies on there. All right, there's a cameraman standing on the 60-foot marker. You have to get off the track. All right, so here we go. 3 cars. Who's going to be in the finals? Dean Marinas is going to be there. So going to be turbo and nitrous or small block and big block nitrous in the finals. Look at Vader. Jumps right in. Oh, he's using the bump box. And Barry Mitchell right on down the racetrack. 491.50 right there. All right, so Barry Mitchell going to be in the finals against Dean Marinas. Here's Dean. The big block nitrous power from Bischoff Engines, Rhodes Custom Auto built machine. 153 mile an hour. It's going to be a good one in the final. So here we go, street race 275. Scott Owenby, number 4 qualifier in the left lane. Trenton George, number 1 qualifier in the right lane. Scott out there. You remember here earlier this weekend, car got loose and he turned it sideways and spun it around, and he just tagged the wall with the left rear. Bent the wing up. You see the green tape on there where it says ouch. Well, here he is with a chance to go to the finals. The right lane, Trenton George, just bought that car from Keith Matheson, former drag radio car. Put a 565 in it. He sits the number 1 qualifier. A chance to go win a race, or at least go to the finals. No, 499, 141. The number 1 qualifier breaks the record right there. Goes a little bit quicker. He's going to the finals with a brand new car. How about you? Bill Coder right here, going to get the win, goes to the finals. So here you go, number 1, number 2 in the finals. This is Outlaw X, 28, 10.5 versus 275. David Pearson, the number 1 qualifier, 479 with a 156 mile an hour. Number 2 qualifier, 481 with a 259. Is the twin turbo small block of Marty Stinnett. Current low ET of the race is a 476 that Marty Stinnett uncorked on a bye run in the semifinals. So Pearson been a 481 bracket machine all day long. Let's see if Mustang Mike put the hit out on the Pro Charger to knock out the twin turbo machine. Number 1, number 2, and Outlaw X. Gotta thank Racecraft, Max Fat Performance Beadlocks, PTC Converters, and DPC Construction. Salvador Designs paid $250 to the number 1 qualifier, which was David Pearson. The X275 Motorsports puts up money for the low ET of the race. Currently, Marty Stinnett has claimed that.
I got the SR275, but...
All right, there you go, 2 drivers waiting on the other guy. How about that? Neither one wants to go in first. The starter waving them on. Look at Mustang Mike egging him on. Who's gonna flinch? How about that? You couldn't ask for the first pair, a better pair in the finals here in our heads-up categories. There you go. It sounds like Marty in the Turbo Machine moves in first to the delight of Mustang Mike. Let's see. He's all the way in. Big hole shot to Stinnett. How about a 478 with a 5 to a 481, 160 miles an hour for Stinnett. Takes the win. Drilled him on a tree. Good job for both of them. Marty Stinnett going to claim that $250 bonus. Real Street coming up. All right, here we go. This is the Real Street final. Number 1 qualifier, left lane, 539. John Phillips, the 1990 Mustang. The right lane, number 2, 541 for Matthew Lawrence. So the second straight number 1, number 2 qualifier. Wow, big hole shot, wheel stand in the left lane. John Phillips, 524, 130 miles an hour, gets the win in Real Street. Next up, Outlaw Drag Radio, True 10-5. It's going to be Tony Ridenauer and Ridenauer Rocket. Twin F2 turbocharged big block Chevrolet in the Camaro. Taking on Keith Szabo, the big block Ford twin turbo machine. So it's a limited street slick tire car in the left. Drag radio car in the right. I need Kenny to the tower, please. Kenny, to the tower. All right, so Szabo heats the hides, as does Ridenauer. We'll back him up. Tony was the number 2 qualifier with a 452 with a 3. Keith Szabo, number 4 qualifier, 463 with a 4. All right, right here, this is the finals. This is $7,500 on the line. All right, so Ridenauer's in. Here comes Szabo on the wood. Oh, Szabo spins it tight. Oh, Rocket 450 with an 173. The radial tire car reigns supreme. Szabo was 066 to a 125 on the tree, and it was all over before they got to 60 feet. All right, so here you go, X275 finals. Dean Marinas, the Rhodes Custom Auto Built Machine, big block, Chevrolet, Bischoff engine, nitrous powered under the hood, and the orange Mustang was number 1 qualifier, 481 with a 1. Barry Mitchell, the Racecraft Incorporated built machine, 434s SPX, applied nitrous technologies on board, number 2 qualifier, 482 with an O. With a 7,153, 479 with an 8, 154 for Mitchell. He got drilled on the tree to hole shot win for Dean Marinas. So with that, here it is, the final pair in our heads-up category. This is going to be Street Race 275, King of the Streets, Trenton George, the number 1 qualifier, 503 with a 5. In the left-hand lane, Bill Coder. Kistler. If it was spelled right, I wouldn't get told that it was wrong. Number 12 qualifier, 546. I understand his wife's listening at home, Bill Kistler. If his wife would fill out his tech card nicely before he comes to a race, then we have it. She must have sent him over with a Sharpie or something. Get some scribblage, so Kistler. Hold them up, guys. Hold them up. Hold them up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what happened is the CompuLink system froze up, and we weren't even able to All right, so here we go. We are ready. Bill Kistler to right-hand lane, the Lincolnton Construction Diamond K Incorporated sponsored machine. Qualified 12 at a 546, giving up 4/10 to the number 1 qualifier, Trenton George. Small block in the right lane, big block in the left. Ford versus Chevy. So Bill Kistler, number 12 qualifier, wins the race with a 5:16 at 137 miles an hour.